These people have brain worms, dude. The first thing that you look to in a situation like this is whether or not a person that's like responsible for the evacuation or the recovery efforts that are taking place, if they're gay or not, you're a psychopath. I'm saying it. Yeah. So predictably, the conversation is not actually around climate change and its devastating impact on moments like this, which create massive drought and massive flooding first, and then massive drought shortly thereafter, which creates incredible fuel for this fire to burn and continue burning. Erratic weather conditions and winds that go up to 80 miles an hour obviously carry this fire across incredible distance in a very short period of time. But in all of this chaos, as we stare down, what previously used to be where hundreds of thousands of people lived, what are the American people looking to? What are they pointing the finger of blame at? Well, one of the things that they're pointing the finger of blame at is, of course, not climate change, but instead a lesbian DEI firefighter. That's right. Conservatives have figured out that it's actually the fault of lesbian DEI firefighters. Doors open. Okay, that's right. I saw one tweet of it. Did you? Can you guys send it to me? I'm sure you've seen that tweet, right? This is the bridge all over again. Elon Musk has decided to blame regulations. These fires are easily avoidable, but nonsense regulations in California prevent action being taken. So year after year, homes burn down and more people die. Elon Musk, of course, is tackling the real issues, which is regulation. Can someone show where the lesbian firefighters are at? Yeah. Which we know on its face is bullshit. Have you seen the lesbian woodchoppers on Instagram? Okay, no. There was let me see if I can find it. I saw one tweet of someone blaming lesbian firefighters. Oh, I mean, here are a couple statements on it, but here's Derek Evans, who was arrested at the Capitol, if you recall, and lost his position as a former member of the West Virginia House of Representatives. Derek Evans is in the Capitol, he said on January 6, 2021. He was so stupid that he live streamed himself doing an insurrection and subsequently lost his job and even withstood some legal repercussions. But the situation is, of course, once again, Derek Evans is right here, finding the exact people to yell at. California residents are losing their entire neighborhoods. Do you think a single person has stopped to think, oh, well, at least we have a lesbian fire chief who hired a bunch of unqualified people based on DEI, or no water to fight the fires, but at least we saved a Delta smelt. Yeah. It's those pesky lesbian firefighters that are the problem here. Here's more. Luckily, Los Angeles has its first female and LGBTQ fire chief. Rob Taylor responds, and that's significant. Why? I don't know her, but I hope she was just the best person for the job. If not, the community pays the price. Here is Libs of TikTok also making sure that everybody understands that the fire chief is a lesbian and therefore bad at her job, and that's the reason why. And that's the reason why these fires are ripping through the Palisades.
Our department is launching its first ever Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Bureau. It is dedicated to ensuring a fair and equal workplace environment.
Eyewitness News reporter Christian Cordero is live in North Hollywood with more on what it entails and why it's necessary.
I'm sorry. You are the most delusional person on the planet if you look at a fire. If you look at a fire that's ripping through these densely slammed neighborhoods, and your first inclination is, oh, I would sure hate that a lesbian woman is fighting these fires. Okay, you're out of your mind, dude. What are you talking about? I don't care what the background of the person is that's braving the flames. Like, what are we doing at this point? It's one of the most insane. This is one of the most insane things I've ever seen. Absolutely. No one should care about this unless you are so pathetically lasered in on the background of the person. You care more about that than the job that they're doing. Like imagine pointing the finger at the person who is currently fighting these wildfires as you sit at home thousands of miles away, safe. Okay? and being like, you know who's the real problem here? The people that are fighting these fires. Los Angeles recently appointed its very first female LGBTQ fire chief with the goal of recruiting more women and gay firefighters. Like, who cares? We need more firefighters in general. Who cares if they are gay or women or gay women or trans? Like, I don't care. Why would I care? Why would you care when someone is pulling you out of a burning building? Do you go, are you a homosexual, sir? Because if so, yuck. I would rather die.
I'm super inspired.
She took time out of her already busy schedule to tell us about her vision for the department's future, one that includes a 3-year strategic plan to increase diversity.
People ask me, well, what number are you looking for? I say, I'm not looking for a number. It's never enough.
Like, she's talking about the number of firefighters, not specifically the number of gay firefighters. She's saying there is not like a finite amount of firefighters necessary because we have wildfires that are massive. Okay? It doesn't matter what their background is. Isn't the worry that there might have been a more qualified non-DEI candidate? That is what they're trying to claim. But it is so stupid. It is so pathetically idiotic to make that assertion, especially when it comes to firefighting, especially when it comes to firefighting in a place like Los Angeles. Okay? I have friends that have been able to get these jobs. These are some of the most difficult to get jobs on out of like any public service position, okay? Any public servant position. Do you understand? Like, you think that they're lowering the qualifications because someone is gay? It doesn't matter what their background is. You still have to go through tremendous amounts of training. It takes years. It is insanely competitive. And also on top of that, I trust you. I don't know much about the hiring of these jobs. Just know that whenever someone says, oh, we're hiring the worst people possible because they're gay, they're wrong. That's just not how anything works. They're just assuming that because someone is gay or lesbian or trans or whatever, that they're doing a worse job overall. That's it. It's just a way to imagine that these people are bad and worse for the position overall because of their background. That's it. That's it.
100 city firefighters, only 115 are women right now. She's already looking at ways to change that. She's quick to point out that doing so has a greater purpose, attracting the best and brightest for the job.
They feel.
Yeah, the argument is that if you change who you are hiring exclusively, you have an unlimited well of potential that you can tap into. Even Michael Treacy is like, do you have any evidence that this person is incompetent at her profession? The bio says she's a 22-year vet of the LAFD and was previously battalion chief, assistant chief, deputy chief, and chief deputy. These cheap swipes based on identity traits are getting tiresome. Looking at a person who has spent the last 22 years of her career combating fires in one of the most competitive job markets out there, okay? One of the most competitive job markets out there. It's still desperately underfunded. Firefighters should get funded more. They should be allowed to have unions and all of that good stuff. Okay. Having said that, however, this is one of the most, like, you have to be the most qualified person to be able to reach this level. And you look to this and you go, well, she's a lesbian woman, so obviously she's unqualified. They only they only put her in that position because she's a lesbian woman. It's ridiculous. The automatic assumption that like a white dude is going to be better than this woman is crazy. Meet Los Angeles Fire Chief Kristen Cowley. She boasts about being the first female LGBTQ fire chief in the LA Fire Department. Promoting a culture of DEI is her priority. Does this make you feel safer? Yeah, I don't think anyone, even like people responding to her are like, I don't think anyone in LA area going through the fires right now gives a flip about whether or not she's an LGBTQ fire chief. Like, how stupid? Like, how insanely stupid? These people have brainworms, dude. They have brainworms. Okay, like the first thing that you look to in a situation like this is whether or not a person that's like somehow responsible for the evacuation or the recovery efforts that are taking place, if they're gay or not, you're a psychopath.
included, they feel valued, and they feel part of a cohesive team.
The chief also checks another box when it comes to inclusivity and diversity at this department. She's a proud member of the LGBTQ community.
That just kind of opens the door of people that thought, wow, I didn't even know that that was an opportunity for me. I'm super inspired.
She took time out of her already busy.
Anyway, it's so strange to me. Diane owns tree hugging kids. Diane current POV. Are you going to touch on the case for letting Malibu burn? No, I'm not going to do that. That's insane.
Christina?
I didn't even know that there was someone. Maybe we've written too many think pieces. Harrowing experience of a Pacific Palisades resident escaped the inferno. Imagine being surrounded by flames that wouldn't help you. Hi, I'd like to tell you what happened to me during the Palisades fire. If you're interested, I ran from it, and when I encountered police, they refused to allow me entry into their car. Bear in mind that they were explicitly ordered to help with evacuations. I mean, look, I don't know. This is a text message sent to film the police LA, so I don't know the veracity of these claims. Okay, the fire is officially historic. Yeah, Pacific Palisades wildfire is the most destructive in LA history, with 1,000 structures burned. Fierce wildfires are raging in the Los Angeles area, fueled by powerful Santa Ana winds, sending residents fleeing from burning homes through flames. Thousands of firefighters were battling at least 3 separate blazes from the Pacific coast inland to Pasadena. Already crowded hospitals now contend with medical emergencies from smoke inhalation. The Palisades fire has grown to more than 15,800 acres, according to CAL FIRE, the state's fire agency. I think headlines like this also cause people to go, all right, let it burn. You know what I mean? Some of the city's most expensive real estate is burning. Yeah, except there's also, just like normal working class people that live there as well. It's not just the super wealthy people whose homes are burning. This is, again, an area where a lot of people live. Kind of wild how everyone's really primed to take something like this and use it to reaffirm their previously held worldview. Yeah. It is crazy how everyone in Los Angeles, like everyone living in the greater Los Angeles area, are lucky enough to look at the wind. Like the one that's, I think, coming in from the Eaton fire is actually kind of scary. But like, look at the wind conditions. Like they literally come in and just purposely push out the wildfire away from these areas where a lot of people live, even more people live than like the Palisades. Your homeowner is showing? What? My homeowner is showing? What does that even mean? The same exact dynamic occurred in the 2017 Tubbs fire. I spent a lot of time telling people it wasn't just rich people having their lives ruined. Yeah. Yeah, I talked about this earlier as well, but 11 months ago, Los Angeles area got a year's worth of rain and faced life-threatening flooding and mudslides. Now, it's on fire after its driest start to a water year on record. Okay? Extreme drought and extreme flooding. That is climate change.